Yep, that was who you think it was. Thought it was. Who you
Oh, okay.
know it is. Yeah. Can I
I
get
ain't
in
seen
trouble
them
for
or
playing?
something.
Am I gonna get in trouble for playing this shit? I'm scared to play anything now because they.
Now.
Anyways,
But do what now? What now?
do nothing apparently. I don't even know what the clip was, but that's the answer that the Democrats have. Like
What
for
do you say
everything.
to Democratic voters who argue, wait a minute, we worked really hard to elect a Democratic president and vice president, Democratic led House, a Democratic led Senate. Do it now. But do what now? What now?
Oh,
It's,
and fucking G.
it's just not even paying no attention. Like whatever happened before that, because see,
They
and
all
that's
got
the
this thing
argument.
where they keep
But
rubbing their nose too. Her and Biden keep rubbing their nose. Why they keep rubbing their nose, man?
man, they got that good coke. They ain't got no fentanyl in their coke. But no, look.
They got that
However,
A1 Perico.
but no, say, bro, look, this and this is one of the things that really bothers me because, like, for those who can't see it, the Democrats don't want to do anything for anybody but themselves. Like they're trying to take as many rights from you as they can, but they want you to still vote for them. They can't accomplish anything when they're in office, and when they have position, they have the House, they have the Senate, they have the White House. They may not have the legisl I mean the judicial, but they got pretty much every area, every other area. So why can't you get stuff done? Like, because I mean, when it really, if it, if the vote comes down 50-50, guess who has the choice to decide the last vote?
And and,
The
and,
vice
and
president.
and they can all sit on a thing and rotate because look how much the Republicans are getting done and they don't even have the damn majority. Get the fuck
But,
out of here, man.
but see, that's why people need to realize how much shit they're how full of shit they are, because I mean, and bro, especially when it comes to, oh, we, they ain't got no money for this, they ain't got, like, they can't, give reparations, you can't give no, no more money for like like people are suffering, on fuel, and like they can't get the prices down, like they can't do nothing.
Just inept, and it's embarrassing. Let me read Doc's comment. He says public education was designed to make up for the people that cannot afford schools, not to be the solution for all. Well, I mean, that's it right there. So the people who cannot afford schools, that's everybody who cannot afford to put this, they should get a fair education. That's the argument. And
Yeah,
one
well,
that's comparable to the person that has the money to put their kid into a school.
yeah, and they're robbing resources from that public school to be able to get steer more money to a private school. So is that fair? That's that. I mean, because that's the part that I'm juggling with. Because if you're, they're using the example that they're investing in the child, and if this
That's
child want,
bullshit.
the,
That's
well, no,
bullshit. They reckon in the cash. I mean, that's like what I'm saying. On its face, it's already a problem because this is a private organization that's
that
getting
that you
funneled
get
public
that you getting,
funds.
yeah, that you're getting the public to pay for.
And
Yeah,
and a lot of times those schools, you can't, not everybody can attend those schools. You have certain criterias you have to meet. You might
yeah.
have dues you have to pay.
Well,
Let me
and
read.
I think also it doesn't fund everything for that school. But like a lot of kids are probably gonna get screwed by uh, them being able to get into the school. But as things go by, and then mom and dad got to go dig in their pockets to cover some other shit that they didn't know, then they're stuck with their kid, not being able to go anywhere
That's what's
because they,
happening, and
because
that's
they've
what's
already
happening.
robbed. Yeah, because they've robbed the public schools of the funds
And
that
that's what's
what they.
happening. The schools are so overcrowded. The parents are worried about their kids in the school. You know what I'm saying? That there's a few teachers. It's all kinds of stuff on the internet. If you look on the internet, shit happening at schools, like crazy ass shit happening at the school, up in the schools, like retarded shit. And it's because they can't control it because they got so many damn students in the damn building. I don't give a damn what you got going on. It's 2,000 kids in this damn school. You're not control. You're not in. Nobody's in control. That's chaos.
Yeah.
Let me read Doc's comment. It says the real thing is to get people to open charter schools in poor neighborhoods and communities with the help of the community. But that's not what's going to happen, Doc. And then even if they do open them in the poor communities, the poor kids are not going to be able to afford to attend those schools. Doc says, as fascist as the right seems and its controlling laws, they welcome debate and discourse. It is the left that wants to control who gets what and what is acceptable to think and say, and will try to remove you from society if you don't agree with them.
Mm.
I can't disagree with that very much. Doc says must have tuition on top of voucher funds. Yeah, well, they don't have that. They don't have that. I mean, and then it's like a lottery, right? That's what sucks about these kind of programs, right? It's like you got to win the lottery to get in on these kind of programs. Like, what happens with all the other families who didn't win the lottery?
Yeah. I mean, I guess overall, well, I mean, when you really look at everything, like, it's not the best for the whole because, like, it's a disruption for, like, some people might be able to benefit from it if you're like somewhat of a middle class. But when we're talking about somebody who doesn't have, you know, a lot to begin with, like, because they've already been breaking up, okay, certain school, based on the zip codes and how much tax money comes from those areas. And if we're breaking it up to who can qualify and for that, the money runs out before we even get to all the children. If every child wanted to go to another school, it still wouldn't work out because you just take moving one problem from a public school into the private school area. Like, it's not going to be enough to fund everybody going there. So I mean, it's really, I don't see how, like, it looks like it's set up for a certain group to fail, and those and some others to be able to, a few to be able to progress.
Yeah.
So
So that way you got that's the way you have a society full of workers. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the few that, you
But
know,
I think this what we talking about is a world issue, because I think any country around the world that idolizes Western law, they have a classism type of deal. You look at the UK, over in Europe, it's the same way over there. You have most people over there that probably only make about $40,000 a year, which is not essentially enough to live like in London or somewhere like that. They have to live in like the rural parts.
well, I mean, but
But
you got to also throw in there like some of the expenses that they don't have. Like, I mean, we're talking about somebody who has free health care. I mean, you get sick. I mean, you're gonna be all right. Are you gonna be able to keep up with the latest fashion and uh, like take all the different trips that other families? No, probably not. But you're gonna most likely be able to pay your essential bills, and let's just say it's a two family home, two parent home. You just doubled that 40,000. So now you got family living on 80. You probably can live a decent life because you don't you know um but they also, I mean, it's probably more than 40,000
yeah,
after
I
when
mean,
you really think of, because
yeah,
their minimum wage is higher than ours to begin with, and that's like that's just minimum. Their minimum wage is probably double what ours is already, more than double. I think it's like $20 somewhere. I saw it's like $20 an hour is the minimum, what anybody gets paid.
Doc's comment, he says, if I start a charter school has X number of seats available, you have to have a lottery system to see who get them, normally with incumbent students getting first seats and then lottery for the open seats.
Yeah, no, I know how that kind of works because, like I said, there was something that I kind of I looked into with a friend of mine, and but most cases, I mean, if you inquire if that's something that type of school that you're looking for, there's an opening for you. They're gonna find a way to get you in, and they'll do whatever, especially in certain areas. Now, I don't know about getting into like metropolitan areas because I lived outside I wasn't even in Houston at the time, so I was already in a small town. So
let me read Dice's comment. He says, but many don't do lottery. They take by best grades, which allows them to keep above test scores and get the bonus money for having a higher than average testing scores. And that's how they do it, because Anaya was in one of those schools, and that's how it goes. Like, they want the kids that's already doing well. And then so that they weed out the kids that aren't. So this school is already full of exceptional kids, you know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why they get above average test scores, and then get more funding and get to open another school. But meanwhile, those kids that wasn't performing, they get to have to go to the regular school because they're not going to be able to get into this school.
Yeah.
He says, remember, one of my degrees and passions is education. Yeah, it's a great topic. Let me read this right here. This caption, it says, you should have bought all my kids McDonald's. You should have had all your kids by me.
Damn. Hey, that's some gangster shit right there. Say, bro, like, and maybe I'm two-faced. I don't know, because I can see both sides easily. Like, I get it when but and so that, bro, like that's a thing. Like, why you out here having kids with everybody? Like, you just like if you don't you don't had a kid with one, like, you need to really take a stake at like really take time and look at who you're gonna have your next kid with or your following kids with, because it matters. Like, what I'm saying? The shit, especially to men, like, shit, we prideful. Like, we, what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to be embarrassed behind, like what other men, how other men look at us and this, that, and the other. Like, bro, like how society might, judge you or whatever. Because I mean, that's a human thing. Like, people do that, like, regardless of what your opinion is on how people should or shouldn't, hey, this is just no, like, people actually do work hard to keep their character in place. The way people see them, it matters to them.
Did y'all see I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched a little bit of it, but the rebuttal video that she released, all this shit is so fucking viral, bro. Like, the internet is all over this shit. Like,
the rebuttal.
The rebuttal, like, she made a whole nother video. Like, y'all, what did she say? Y'all,
I didn't see it.
Y'all are embarrassing me. I don't remember what the fuck she had said because I only listened to like a few seconds of it and clicked off.
She embarrassed herself. Like,
yeah.
Why are you out here trying? Like, you trying to make an example out of him? Like, you just exposed yourself. Like, you're not just exposing him, you're exposing yourself too. Like, there's a lot of implications that come along with what you're exposing to people.
It's so stupid. I was like, oh my God. It's so dumb. The internet loves to attach on to like really dumb stuff like this.
But I mean, she had her viral moment. She got what she wanted out of it. But now, when like a lot of it, is
people are copycatting it now and trying to go viral with other like domestic shit like that. And I don't even know if they're real, but it's so stupid.
Hey, bro, people gonna learn. I mean, might not be today nor tomorrow, but they gonna learn.
Let me see this.
Go ahead, take the blanket off if you're that sure. He's filming you do this, by the way.
Yes, you gave him permission. He will take.
I
the
never gave him
blanket off.
permission.
You said go ahead and take the blanket off. So
It's a cat! It is a cat! It's an emergency service animal, and it's a
What you mean
lynx,
it's a
not a cat. There's a big difference.
It's a lynx. It's a lynx.
Oh, not a
Is that
Oh,
is that,
lynx.
is that
It's
real?
not a cat.
Is that a
I
real
don't
cat?
know a cat.
Wait a minute, is she breastfeeding the cat?
Is that a real cat?
can we just? Can we just? Is it a real cat?
Is it a
It's not even moving.
It's an emergency service emotional support animal.
Oh.
Oh.
So
that's
It looks like it's
Yeah,
been texted.
that's
She's
allowed.
breastfeeding her cat.
Oh well.
Oh. It's the eyes are. Wow.
It's text. This is probably all theater, but it's a taxidermy. Like, I guess that was dumb. I'm sorry, I made y'all watch that. My bad.
I'm trying to, because I mean the way she was holding it, like I'm like, please tell me she's not breastfeeding her cat. You know, like it looked very weird. And the way everybody's freaking out, oh my God, it's a cat. Like people like think there's a baby, or I guess, and then I don't know, whatever. All right, what's next?
Yeah, I'm gonna play this. Hopefully, this is not Vlad or nothing like that. Let me see. But I've been seeing this too.
No, man, bad motherfuckers don't have fat white baby mamas. No. That nigga got a fat ass white baby mama. No, big bad motherfucker got fine black girls. Yeah, no, man. Lil Durk ain't no bad motherfucker. No, man, bad.
Lil Durk, the rapper. I just think it's funny.
Bad motherfuckers don't have 5 baby mamas, whether they black, white, or whatever. Like that's.
Let me see this one.
Air conditioning, low wages, the atmosphere reeks of sadness and depression. Why would I ever leave? This is like Disneyland for adults. Mike, we are willing to offer you something we have never done before. Listening. All right, so during the next pizza party, you can get as many toppings as you want. I will throat punch you, Steve.
Hey, Mike.
What do you want, Steve?
Well, we just have been hearing rumors that you are leaving the company.
Why would I leave the company? We work 72 hours a week with no air conditioning, low wages. The atmosphere reeks of sadness and depression. Why would I ever leave? This is like Disneyland for adults.
Mike, we are willing to offer you something we have never done before.
Listening. All right, so during the next pizza party, you can get as many toppings as you want.
Oh
I will
God,
throat punch you, Steve.
that is hilarious, bro. That is. I don't think everybody gets it. I don't think everybody gets it.
Ooh, that is freaking funny.
Oh
Doc,
wow.
Doc says, was talking with a girl I know the other night after work at the bar. She says, do you know what I want in a man? I said, before you go, let me point out you are 32 years old, have 3 babies by 2 different daddies, and work as a hostess in a restaurant. But please continue. Doc, you're an asshole.
I love it, Doc. But no, these are things that, like, look, you know, if when women have these discussions with themselves, and you know, like they pump each other up to make them believe things that, you know, like this is what, you know, like men see the world totally different than they do, and you know, like when you going and giving the highest, like you done had children with some other guy, it's almost like, unless they don't want kids, like you've pretty much got, like most guys have already written you off as, unmarriageable, like unmarriageable, or you just something that's they can hit.
I don't 100% agree with that one. Because
You don't have to. I said the majority.
yeah. Let me play this. Let me see what she's saying.
And how to put yourself first and be your number one fan. Shit, I can't love you more than you do. Because if I do, I'm gonna be the girl with the screw. And you're gonna have to learn how to heal yourself before you could ever heal with a woman like me. Look, I can't be your happy place. It's honestly just not a guarantee, but I'll always be there if you want me to be. I know it's not easy learning to love yourself, but I mean, I can try to teach you how. How to look into a mirror and crack a little smile. How to compliment yourself because I know you haven't in a while. Shit, I'll compliment your style. I'll even gas you up when you're stressed, and I'll hop on your ass when you're not giving your best. I'll never settle for less for you. So you have to know what's best for you too. A nigga who ain't ready, shit, he'll never understand what it takes to keep a woman is to learn to be a man. It's to learn to be a friend, how to execute a plan, how to put yourself first and be your number one fan. Shit, I can't love you more than you do. Because
it says the U.S. Supreme Court expands state power over Native American tribes. To be clear, the court today holds that Indian country within a state's territory is part of a state, not separate from a state. Under the Constitution and the court's precedents, the default is that states may exercise criminal jurisdiction within their territory. They have ignored the fact that the court is on stolen land and we are a sovereign nation with treaties that allow settlers to live on this land. One of the next laws SCOTUS will be ruling on is the Indian Child Welfare Act. This law keeps Native children from being forcibly taken from their homes and assimilated into white households. White supremacists have been attempting to increase the number of Caucasian births for over 40 years while also attempting to access oil on Native treaty lands. But when the land is violated, that same harm is returned to us in many forms, including disruptions in reproductive systems. Indigenous families have fought to keep their children and their connection to their land for hundreds of years. This taking of children has continued in present day through mandatory reporting laws. So the first one was
the rebalancing. They're trying to make up for some. They know there's a lot of stuff that they were doing that was just really evil, and I think they're trying to make up for it in certain ways. But
let me read the caption. It says, the most recent SCOTUS ruling gave states unprecedented power over Native tribal lands with criminal jurisdiction. This is a twofold play for big oil companies to access some of the last remaining oil on Native lands and to further infringe on Native sovereignty and communities to the benefit of colonizers. We have been resisting these layered and multifaceted forms of genocide for hundreds of years, and we will continue to fight.
Well, I think one of the things that we also got to look at too, because they use Native Americans, which are not necessarily indigenous, because most of them lied about who they were to get that status. So a lot of them can become charged criminally, and shoot, the land wasn't theirs to begin with because they lied about it. So
let me play this. Is this a video? It says, fired up Mayor Lightfoot tells Pride in the Park crowd, screw Clarence Thomas. Lori Lightfoot Twitter. In response to backlash, Mayor tweeted, I said what I said.
Man, say, bro, why they picking on the black dude? He not the only one that made the decision. There's 4 other ones that made a decision same as his. Why they ain't talking shit about them?
Oh man, the alignment is still going. It says rare alignment of 5 planets peaks Friday as crescent moon joins the parade. A must see. Such a planetary alignment will not happen again until 2040. Can look up at the night sky and you should be able to see all of the planets like in a line. That's pretty cool. Let me read this comment. It says, ever since this alignment, things been getting crazy. Singers losing their ability to sing. R. Kelly, the greatest musician ever, was sentenced to 30 years. Murder and mistreatment of Africans on the Moroccan border. Women fighting for the right to kill their unborn based on reckless sex. I just watched a video of some idiots robbing 2 kids selling water. Shaking my head. The LGBTQ community not holding Biden accountable for getting Brittany Griner out of Russia and much more. Hold on tight, y'all, because it's going to get wild. But it's time to unify because this is literally the end game. Those were not my words, y'all. I was reading the comment.
But who's speaking? Because I mean, it's the end game for who? That's something very important to pay attention to. You can suck yourself into that the end game for you as well, but that is specific to a certain group of people.
Let me read this because I heard this and it kind of caught my eye. It says, I think black women need to also reorient themselves to African ideas of love. European ideas of love are what's in the mainstream, and it is performative, filled with lip service, and easy to get trinkets. What do y'all think?
Well, yeah, and I mean, you can say African, but I'm gonna say indigenous because a marriage is usually built on things more important, a lot of logic, not a whole bunch of, you know, Roman antics. You know what I'm saying? Like all of this stuff that, you know, is supposed to be, you know, these cute and sweet little things. No, a marriage is a job. Like, you know, like we're building family and like certain things got to come together for it to work. It ain't all this, you know, thinking that it's, you know, just some fun place that you're going to end up in. Everything is just going to be sweet and smooth and stuff. No, like, yeah, we got like guys have gotten that way too. It's not just women, but yeah, I would say more so women, but it's way bigger than what, you know what I'm saying, we've come accustomed to seeing it as.
And let me read this one. It says, some of the metrics we need to look at more is whether he is dependable. Has he achieved anything on his own, even if it's something small? Does he make independent plans for himself, then execute on it? How do the people closest to him regard him as a good person?
I think character should play a bigger part than how much money.
They're going to say this right here. It says, does he take accountability for anything in past relationships not working out? Can you and your family find any long-term friends or family of his to get an independent verification of his character and history where he isn't the narrator? These are the type of metrics that we should be looking at after we meet someone we like before going further. Anybody can romance you, but not any or everybody can meet these standards. I think that's all healthy stuff.
Yeah.
News networks are not even getting clicks like that. So this shows like there's an opportunity for this, what we're doing here on this show.
So I really enjoyed seeing you be confident in your perspective. And I think that you have a lot to say, especially when I saw a lot about social issues and politics. And I will be honest, like I'm not as well versed as I probably should be. But I really appreciated being able to learn from your content. I think a lot of people, and also have a different perspective. So I think a lot of people, it's kind of like an echo chamber. They like what
Right.
they like hearing, what they like hearing. And so I'm very much a person, well, I love seeing both sides. I love getting different perspectives. I love getting different opinions. So I really enjoy being able to learn things from you.
Yeah, man. That's hot shit right there, man.
So Uno.
We want you to be an activist, and don't take our word for it. Look that shit up. Pulley.
Substance.
An open container?
No, that's an emotional support beer.
Step out of the car.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, I pulled you over.
No, sir, I don't.
Said the emotional
You know your taillight's out, right?
Well, no, I drive from the inside of my car.
Sir, is that an open container?
No, that's an emotional support beer.
Step out.